Welcome to this chair yoga class on flexibility. Have a tennis ball or equivalent handy. I'll see you in my chair. Okay, let's start with the centering, sitting up nice and tall. Feet flat on the floor, shoulders roll back and down. Eyes closed or slightly downcast. Become aware of your body and notice the shape of your body as you sit on your chair. Feel the parts of your body that support you, your feet against the floor, your sitting bones against the base of the chair, possibly your back against the back of the chair. And your bones are holding you up, and your muscles, your tendons, and you're bending at your joints. So our joints are what give us flexibility. They're our most flexible parts. The muscles and the tendons limit the range of flexibility. So we want to notice our joints today and work on the flexibility of our joints while recognizing the stability that our bones provide and the intermediary function of the muscles and tendons that are both stabilizing and flexible creating. And as you practice today, you might also observe which quality you align with more. Do you feel that you tend to be more flexible or more stable? Or do you feel a balance between the two? And very often in yoga class, we feel some envy about somebody who's more flexible. But being too flexible is dangerous. There's a quote from James Thurber, which I'm probably not saying exactly, but basically it goes, it's just as bad to lean so far backwards that we fall over, from leaning, I really blew it this time. It's just as bad to lean over backwards so far that we fall down as it is to fall forward. So the idea is we want to create a balance between flexibility and stability. Let's just forget that quote. Okay. Let's begin with some nice deep breaths just to warm us up, and we can add some arms and hands. Inhaling up, and let's inhale up, let's just wiggle our fingers and wiggle our toes, creating some energy and some sense of flexibility in our extremities, and then we'll come on down. Inhale up, reaching out all the way up, and then we'll just wiggle our fingers and our toes, stretching, pressing down, lifting up. Taking several breaths here, and on an exhale, coming to stillness. Do 3 more, inhaling, reaching out and up, pressing down through the feet to engage the legs, and then we'll wiggle our fingers and toes, flapping our feet up and down on the floor, whatever works. Stretching through the spine, and then coming to stillness as we exhale down. Taking a breath here. And 2 more. Inhale up. Reach, wiggle fingers and toes, or flap your feet on the floor, whatever works. Big stretch. And stillness. Last one. Inhale up. Stretch and wiggle. Bringing energy into our extremities and stillness. And let's do a gentle circle here, feeling the stability of our legs and the flexibility of our hips, the length of our spine. When we move our joints, we're bringing liquid into the joints, lubrication into the joints. Let's circle the other way. If we hear creaking and cracking, that's a sign that our joints are dry and in need of lubrication. You want to have healthy fats in your diet. And if you have arthritis, that can limit your flexibility or create discomfort in your joints. Come back to center. And yoga is good for arthritis because of the lubrication and also an anti-inflammatory diet. Press down into the feet, stretch up tall. Let's rotate the head. And we want to make sure we're hydrated. This time of year is a challenge for hydration. And make sure we're drinking lots of healthy liquids and electrolytes, keeping our mineral content high as well. So you may have heard of someone being stiff-necked. So not only is flexibility about our physical ability, but it's also about our mental and emotional capacity. Right now, we're looking at things from all sides, creating flexibility in the neck and flexibility in the mind. Come back to center. Let's lower the ear to one side, roll the chin, ear the other way. Roll the chin. Come back to center. Let's bring our hands to our shoulders and we'll do some shoulder circles. All the while taking slow, deep breaths, mindful of our posture. Belly in, shoulders relaxed, face relaxed. Breath deep. Let's circle back. And let's fly up and down. And let's bring the elbows in and out. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze. Great for your posture, as well as the flexibility in your upper body. And down. Let's widen our legs, maybe scoot forward on our chair. And we're going to wibble wobble the knees, just opening up the hips. And coming back to a seated position with plenty of room at the back of the chair, sitting up tall, we're going to round, doing cat and dog in our chair, rounding our back, rocking forward, lifting the head and chest. Feel your spine moving, your hips and shoulders opening up. Feels so good, doesn't it? Let's do one more. And back to stillness. We'll do a little side stretch from side to side. We're going to reach up and over. Reach out and down. Inhale, reach up and over. Big stretch, creating flexibility in our spine and our side body muscles. Feels so good. Two more. Last one. And come to stillness. Come to a spinal twist, reaching around, one hand on the outside of your legs. You can bring your legs together to help push around. And take that back arm out, palm up, and we make a big arc. Following it with our eyes and our head, and then come all the way down. And then we'll just sway down into a forward fold. Inhale back up. Bring your arm across, your other hand to the back of the chair to help you, and then reach that arm behind you. Big sweep. I think I went the same way twice. Sorry about that. We're going to try to change sides. Surrender over. Inhale up. So we'll be changing sides, going from side to side. Bring your hand across. Using your hand behind you on the seat or the back of the chair. Reach back, palm up. Following that with your head, with your eyes, coming all the way down. And then swaying over into a forward fold. And it may not look like mine, that's fine. Inhale up. And I think since I did the other side twice, we'll do this side twice first. Reaching back, stretching up and over. And then. Oh, that feels so good. So we'll do two more on each side. Let's see if I can get the correct sides this time. Inhale, reach up. Big arc, big stretch. Coming down. Inhale back up. Opposite side. Reach your arm out, stretch it up, so opening the shoulder, opening the spine, opening the back. Roll up. One more set. Come across the body, hand behind you on the chair. Reach behind you, palm up. Reach up and over, following with your eyes and your head, coming down. And rolling down. Rolling up. Coming across the body. Final twist. Reach behind you, stretch, let your eyes follow that hand so even your eyes are getting a stretch. Roll down. And it may not look like this, that's fine. Roll up. Last side, reaching across. Reaching back, reach, stretch, and roll down. Roll up and come to stillness, coming back to Tadasana. And grab your ball. I'm going to sit this way since we're not using our lower body right now, but you can stay with your feet on the floor. We're going to pick that ball up and circle. And circle back the other way. Keep the shoulders relaxed, the face relaxed. And then turn your palm up and turn that ball towards you, looking at the ball. And then turn the wrist down as if you're giving the ball away. Turn that ball towards you. And do 4 more. Breath going right into the wrist joint. And relax. We're going to do a C shape. So we're going to hold the ball with our fingertips. Pressing the fingertips into the ball. And then we're going to do 1 finger at a time and thumb. See through the ball. Finger and thumb press. And second finger. And ring finger. That might be the most challenging one. Or maybe pinky. I'm going to sit back down. Shake that hand out. And let's do the other side. Just notice the difference in the 2 hands. Reach that arm out and we'll circle, keeping the face and shoulders relaxed. And circle back the other way. And turn the palm up. Give that ball a squeeze and bring the wrist towards you, bringing the ball towards you. And then flexing the wrist, giving that ball away. Squeezing the ball towards you. And opening it away. 5 more. and release. And we'll make a C shape, creating space between the finger and the ball, pressing the fingers into the ball, and then one finger at a time. And then changing. And then changing. If you can't do one finger at a time, just do all the fingers at once. And then changing. And then shake that hand out. And come to stillness and notice how your hands feel. Nice and energized. One more thing with the ball. Let's put that ball in the crook of our arms, kind of like we're doing the muscle person, right? There you go. Making a muscle, just bringing a little energy into that elbow joint. And release. And bring some ball into the other elbow joint and give it a squeeze there. And release. And let's move on to our legs and feet. Let's put the ball under our knee and give that knee a squeeze. If you have to put your knee on the chair and put the ball under your knee on the chair, you can do that as well. It doesn't work for you to be squeezing the knee up. And with the ball under the knee, just give that little kneecap a massage. So the ball is under your knee on the chair, pressing into the back of your leg, and you're giving your kneecap a massage. And let's change sides, just noticing the nice energy in that leg. So we're either putting the ball under the knee and pressing into the chair, or scooting forward a little bit so that you can hug the knee, the ball behind the knee. And then sitting back, putting the ball under your knee against the chair and giving the kneecap a massage. And release, and notice energy in your knees. And let's place the ball under a foot. Again, you might want to scoot forward on your chair. And we'll start by just rolling back and forth. We have energy center, nerve endings in our hands, feet, and ears. So as we massage the bottom of our feet, we're actually massaging every part of our body. Keep that ball from rolling away. Also giving your leg a little bit of work here as you move back and forth over that ball. A little bit of energy in your thighs and calves, a little knee work. All right, we're going to come to stillness and put the ball under the ball of your foot and press your heel down and just lean forward into that leg. So the toes are curled around the ball, pointing downward. You're pressing into the ball of your foot. And now, being careful that the ball doesn't go scooting, you want to wrap as much of your toes around the ball as you can and roll the ball forward so that you're pressing as much of the base of your toes into the floor as you can. So now the toes are pressing up and around the ball, giving them a nice spread. Now you're going to scoot that ball to the heel. Try to have your heel right under your knee. You're stepping on the heel of the ball. And again, just leaning forward with a nice straight spine, shoulders down, chest broad, pressing into the heel of your foot. And inhale up, and one more time, rolling back and forth over that ball. If you find any sore spots, spend a little more time there. And then bring the ball between your feet and just sitting in mountain pose. Feel the difference in your 2 feet and legs. And we'll change sides. So rubbing the ball back and forth under the opposite foot. Don't neglect your posture. And let's bring the ball under the ball of the foot and wrap the toes down. The heel is on the floor. Bring your hand to your leg and come forward a little bit, pressing down into the ball of the foot with the toes wrapped down. And inhale up, and then bring that, and then scoot the ball forward a little bit, trying to wrap as much of your toes around the ball as you can while pressing the base of the toes into the earth. Just try not to have that ball go scooting across the floor. So now the toes are up and slightly curled around the ball. Deep breath into the feet, mindful of all the sensations. And then scoot that to the back of your heel, trying to keep your heel under your knee, pressing the ball of the foot into the floor and pressing down into the heel. So remember, for most of human history, we were barefoot. And so our feet got lots of massage against the earth. And this is why we're doing this, to replicate that nice, healthy experience that we have of walking barefoot. Okay, one more massage, stimulating all of the nerve endings in your feet. And then bring that ball between your feet and just sit in mountain pose for a minute and feel that connection to the earth. Your feet should feel nice and wide and tingly. And then we're picking up that ball and we're going to bring it between our knees. Draw the belly in, sit up tall, squeezing the ball between our knees. And if you want a little more challenge, picking your heels up. So trying to get your feet really light on the floor. So you're almost picking your feet up off the floor, but I'm not asking you to go that far. Just squeezing the knees and heels up off the floor if you like, so that engages your thighs more. And release and shake it out. Whew. Put the ball away for a bit. Just do one more ball thing later. Okay, you can do the whole rest of this class sitting down if you want to in a wide-legged position or come to standing. I'm going to stand in front of my chair. So let me push it back a little bit. But I'd like you to stand behind your chair holding on. And you can decide, if you need to hold on or if you need to release. So we're going to start in a goddess pose. So you can be holding onto your chair or coming into goddess or sitting in your chair. But inhale and straighten the arms and legs. Deep breath in. Exhale, draw the belly in. Press the elbows and knees back. Coming down. Inhaling, straighten. Get as big as you can. Exhale, press thighs and elbows back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Tuck the tailbone. Press into the balls of the feet. Lift the toes up and spread them wide. Spread your fingers wide. Exhaling, relax the toes down. Relax the fingers. Inhale, spread the fingers, lift the toes, spread them wide. Exhale, soften the fingers, relax the toes down and down. And again, you could be holding onto the chair if you like. We're going to come into a warrior pose. We're going to rotate the toes towards the right, the hips and shoulders facing the back of the chair. Nice wide stance, coming into a lunge. Again, you could be sitting in the chair. Arms are out if you feel safe, or just holding on. If you're holding on, I prefer that you have the arm that's over the knee to be the free arm and holding on with the other, or both. We're going to do a little flow series here. So that's why if you need to hold on to the chair, so you don't feel unstable. Inhale, straighten the arms and legs again. Inhaling up. Draw the belly in. Press the knee forward. Come on down. Turn the palms up. Lift up. The head comes forward. Exhale. The head rotates to look out over the fingertips as you come down. We're moving slowly with resistance, getting as big as we can. Rotating the head, reaching the arms out in a big circle, pressing the knee forward, but not past the toes. Inhaling up. Side ribs lengthen. Exhaling down, belly in and up. Inhale, lift. Notice if you're gripping the floor with your toes, let's lift them up and spread them wide. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale, stretch up. And exhale, open. We're going to do a side bend. And again, if you need to hold on with both hands, that's fine. Or if you're doing one hand, we'll keep this hand out and hold on this way. So, we can do it. It's going to be a little challenging if you're holding on with two hands, because we're going to side bend. One hand you can do. Two hands, a little challenging. Maybe get the elbow up. There you go. Okay. So you're either reaching up and over, holding with one hand, or if you're holding with two hands, bringing that elbow up. Coming back to center. And then change hands, reaching up and over the other way. Or hand can be on the right. Coming back to warrior two. Reaching up and over. Coming back to warrior two. Again, figuring out how you want to hold on to the chair if you need that support. Reaching over. Again, you can be holding on with your elbow up. Inhaling back to warrior two. Feeling the flexibility in your side ribs. Going back. Reaching over. Feeling that lovely opening. One more time, reaching. Over. Open. And over. And back to warrior two. Straighten the legs. And we'll rotate the other way. Feel how the stability of your legs supports the flexibility of your upper body. You come into a lunge, figuring out the arms position that you want to use, starting perhaps with one arm or both arms. And then if you're doing both arms, bringing one elbow up and one elbow down. Inhaling, straightening up. You can keep both arms on the chair for this part if you need to, or one arm. Moving with resistance, reaching out as far as you can, getting as big as you can. Stretching up, opening the joints. Exhaling, pressing the knees apart. Drawing the belly in and up, the tailbone down. Let's let the head follow the hands. Coming back to center as you stretch up. Head turns as you come down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Opening up the hip joints, the shoulder joints. Spreading the fingers wide. And we'll come into our side. So again, this is where the elbows can come up if you're holding onto the chair. So we're going to slide down the leg and open the side ribs. Inhale back into warrior two. Over the other way into that wonderful side stretch. Coming back into warrior two. Look at all the joint action that's happening here. Lubricating our joints, our hips, our shoulders, even our wrists and hands. Notice if you're gripping the floor with your toes. Lift those toes up, spread them wide, relax them down. Remember, you could be doing this sitting in your chair, just doing the upper body part. Last set. And inhale straight and turn the toes in. Toe heel back to Tadasana. Find stillness. Find your perfect mountain pose. And we'll end our standing series with a simple stork pose. So again, if you're holding onto the chair, if you're behind the chair, you may want to turn sideways so you're not bumping into the chair. I'll stand next to my chair. That's another option. Switch your weight, lift up your heel, lift up your foot. You can reach an arm out or two arms out. Oops. Find your drishti, your focal point. You could be doing this with just your heel off the floor. If you're sitting in a chair, you could still try lifting one leg off the floor. Turn it more into a strength and abdominal pose. Good job, down. Shake it out if you need to. I'm going to change sides. If you're behind the chair, just rotate in the opposite direction. Find Tadasana, lift up your heel. Reach out your arms if that's your option, or one arm. Coming to stork pose, whatever variation your body would like today. and down. And come on back into your chair. Take a few breaths here in Tadasana. Taking in the benefits of what we've done so far. So we need to do a little bit of back arcs. We haven't done a whole lot of that. So we're going to bring our hands behind us if we can. So you're grabbing elbows if that works for you. And then we arc back over our arms like we're arcing back over a bolster. If you can't do that, you can just reach back and grab the back of your chair. Let's feel the front of the spine opening, the breast expanding, the breath deepening. Inhale up and switch the arms that you're interlacing your arms the unusual way, and then we'll arc back once again. Inhale back up. We'll end with a spinal twist. We'll do my favorite. So you can either be sitting the corner of your chair, or knee comes down, or leg stretches out, turning towards the back of your chair. And very slowly come back to center, bring your leg back in, work it back if that's what you've been doing, and walk yourself over to the other side. So you can do the pose here, or drop your knee, or stretch your leg out straight, turn to the back of your chair, using your hands to help you twist. And slowly untwist, bring that knee in, flip that foot around, walk yourself around, grab my shawl, grab whatever you need for comfort in Shavasana. And oops. Close your eyes, take in what we've done today. can stay in your chair as long as you like. But when you're ready, slowly begin to move your fingers and toes. Deepen your breath. Gently move and stretch in whatever way feels good to you. Take a moment to check in with yourself, how your body's feeling now. If you want to move around a little bit and just notice how flexible you feel. I so appreciate your sharing yoga with me. Namaste.